Popcorn by SomthingTouchesBack. Chief Engineer Klarg went rigid. He had remotely hot-mic'd the comms in the engineering spaces as a way of keeping an ear on things while he processed reports in his quarters. Not now, Cato, Klarg thought to himself. Chief Engineer Klarg had, in his time, served on accident investigations, rescue missions, and even active combat, but nothing could make his whiskers splay and his fur stand up quite like hearing that young human tech, Cato, say, "Oops." Klarg had hired Cato onto the Starschlepper at their last stop to replace 2 technicians that were injured in an engineering accident a few cycles prior. Cato was an engineering savant that totally blew through every test that Klarg could give him, and looked in port like a perfect candidate. Unfortunately, once they were underway, the other side of Cato came out. The idiot side. Cato could make a machine do anything. Unfortunately, when given a little free time, Cato would make a machine do anything, with complete disregard as to whether it should or not. Oops on OpenCom meant that now Chief Engineer Klarg had to locate that savant idiot and find out just what he had gotten into now. The door to the engineering annex opened, washing Klarg's sensitive nose with the unmistakable and repugnant smell of burnt grain. He quickly moved inside and sealed the door. Looking around, Klarg observed, to the right, a workbench holding a partially disassembled maintenance drone. To the left, a workbench supporting the ceramic head shroud of said drone, inverted and filled with what looked like bits of white packing material. Straight ahead, the door leading to the reactor room, through which Klarg could see Cato sweeping up a large quantity of burnt fragments. "Cato, please come here a moment." Cato set aside the broom and came into the annex with that slight slink that screamed busted. Picking up the chunk of robot head, he asked, "Would you like some popcorn, sir?" "Cato, did the captain not, very specially, order you to not make popcorn on this ship?" "No, sir. The captain very specifically ordered me to not make popcorn in the galley microwave, sir." When cornered, every damned human in the entire galaxy suddenly turns into a fucking lawyer, thought Klarg. He needed to control his tone and phrasing very carefully. "Cato, please explain to me how you popped this popcorn." "I was performing a containment check like you ordered, and one of the inspection drones located a microfracture in the A5 manifold that was leaking a small amount of very directed gamma rays. More specifically, the drone passed in front of the leak, and the impinging gamma rays were absorbed by the drone's casing material and re-emitted as microwaves, damaging the robot and triggering the RF energy alarms. I realized that with a little fiddling and arrangement of various material barriers and a makeshift Faraday cage, I could get the gamma ray leak to be re-emitted as a 1 centimeter wavelength radiation field inside the robot's torso casing. But I used too much popcorn, and it got away from me, sir, and, blew itself all over the engineering room. I'm cleaning it up, sir. Breath. Remember to breathe." Klarg tried to keep his voice neutral. "To summarize, the reactor has a crack and is leaking radiation. A leak that, instead of fixing, you chose to turn into your own personal microwave oven at the expense of valuable maintenance drone. Is the radiation currently contained at least?" "The radiation is contained, and in my defense, the robot was no longer valuable once it passed in front of the gamma ray leak. Cato, first I want you to clean up all the burnt popcorn. Then I want you to service all the engineering air purifiers. I want them in pristine condition. If that burnt popcorn smell escapes the engineering spaces, the captain will probably throw you out of an airlock. Third, I will be back in 10 minutes, at which time you and I together will fix the containment vessel. Understood?" "Sir, yes, sir." Klarg pivoted as brusquely as a 2-meter-tall otter-shaped biped can pivot and stormed out of engineering, again carefully sealing the door behind himself. Returning to his own quarters, he opened the refrigeration unit carefully hidden there and, salivating, pulled out a carefully wrapped package. At last, a way to microwave my fish without the captain freaking out about my smelling up the whole damn ship. The end. Like and subscribe for more content.